Hello, I am roaringbug, and welcome to my Sims 4 speed build. Today I am making this pink residential rental. If you want my build, you can get off the gallery at roaringbug. It's all one word, and my build is the same name as the title of this video. If you want to reach me, you can at my various social media in my video description. And with that out of the way, I can start talking about this video. So, this build I made is anticipation for the new pack that's coming out in December 7th. It is called the Sims 4 for Rent pack. I heard quite a few people don't like the name. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. But I am looking forward to this game pack because I don't think it's just a game pack. This pack because I think doing the rental gameplay would be pretty fun to do and has a lot of storyline potential. So, hopefully someone will like this build and use it. It's not your typical townhouse, it's an apartment complex, and I was inspired by that picture that you saw in the intro of my video. It's of a picture of a hotel building in Puerto Rico, and I really like the style of the build. It's this like sunny Californian or Miami Beach style Art Deco building, and I thought it had a little bit of whimsy and a lot of charm, and I thought it looked really good, and I think it fits this world really well. This is Oasis Springs. This is a base game world, and this build is entirely base game too. So you don't need any additional packs for this build. So if you have a limited number of packs, or you get the for rent pack and you don't have any other packs, this is ready to go. And I only furnished just one apartment in this 6 apartment unit because frankly I couldn't be bothered to furnish the other 5 apartments. So I only furnished just one apartment, and I did it very sparsely in a minimalistic style. I feel like I'm tripping on that word. Minimalistic style. So there's not a lot of decor. I am not a fan of clutter, so it's kind of bare, but it has the necessities, everything that you would need for like a young family. So that's like, I don't know, like for a family of 3 could fit there in that apartment. So all of the apartments are a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 1 bath with a large common area. But you'll see that when I start mapping out the floor plan. Right now I'm still working on the exterior, and I'm trying to capture that Art Deco look. And I had this courtyard in the middle of the build, and I wanted to make that into a common area for a swimming pool because I thought that would be nice. And I wanted to do some kind of like topper thing on this building because it kind of looked like it had one in the reference picture I had. It's not like an exact copy of the build anyway because it's hard to translate real stuff in The Sims because you're stuck on a grid system. So you either have to get larger or smaller than an actual item is, just because of the restriction of how things are spaced. So I tried to make it look like it as best as I can. And like I said, just with the base game. So I'm doing the best I can with just base game. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at base game builds. I have other builds, but I have other packs, but I think I've gotten pretty good getting the hang of just doing base game only builds. And I've been making a lot of, well, if you've been looking at my other videos on my channel, I've done quite a number of just base game Victorian style builds. That's because I just like Victorian style houses, because I just like that they're really fancy. And I make my builds base game just for accessibility, because, you know, I don't own all of the items for The Sims, like packs and kits and everything. So, you know, I tried to filter for items that I do own, and the filter system on the gallery really isn't that great. So, you know, I just decided I'll just cut loose and just use base game. And you know, I'm doing okay here. Oh, curved walls are awful. They're just so cursed. So I tried to put this fence all around the balcony, but it wasn't working. So I had this little bit of a gap, and I decided just to put this pillar next to where the gap is to kind of mask it. I mean, gameplay wise, it's not going to matter because it's not like your sim is going to fall off the balcony. They're not going to even like register that it's there. But, you know, the person inside me that likes sweet symmetry is really annoyed that there is a freaking hole in the balcony. But, you know, I'm going to choose to accept it. And I'm just making all these windows here. You can see it here now too, because I'm like trying to move the fence and connect it, but what ends up happening is I end up losing the entire fence in that area. So it's either some fence or no fence. So I chose some. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, like, it's got all like the little details in it, and like I said, I was going for that Art Deco style. And I edited out all the times I mess with the stairs just so I can get this C shape, because when you make a stair shaped like a C, you can stack it, and stacking stairs is like the best way to conserve space. And I wanted the stairwell just to be in the center part of this build. The stair railing glitch, I'm sure a lot of people who play have seen the glitch where if you put like, I don't know, like a regular railing next to a stair railing or a wall, you end up losing the stair railing completely. I noticed that when I was doing this build, so that's why my stairwells look a little incomplete. But trust me, it's not my doing. It's The Sims. They did that last update where it messed up how stair railings are working, and I can't do anything about it. I thought it looked nicer having the enclosure around the stairwell than to have the railing on the last bit of the stairs. But, you know, that's just my opinion. But I think it's a better compromise. And I made this, I don't know, I feel like it's a little gaudy, this blue hallway in the middle, but I just wanted contrasting colors, and, you know, in its gaudiness, it kind of has its charm. So I think it's fine. I think it's the look I'm after, and, you know, I think I got it. It's just like this, it's just this really dated looking Art Deco you know, apartment building, and I just wanted some funk in it, so I put like the llama picture and the sloth picture in there. And yeah, these apartments are pretty much open plan. They don't really have too much. The only closed areas are just like the bedrooms. So you're seeing now how I sectioned off what these rooms are. So like I said, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom at the end of a hallway, and a large common area for inside the apartment. And all the tenants, or hopefully all the tenants, can share this backyard common space with the swimming pool. And I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks nice. You know, I think it looks, you know, like an upscale apartment complex. So, you know, hopefully, you know, you could probably make the apartments any way you want, because frankly, I don't really know what you would want to do. I don't even play with that many Sims, quite frankly. I can only play with like 4 Sims max before I just can't control them anymore. It just becomes like trying to like herd cats. Like I just can't figure out what the heck they're up to. So I only play with about 4 Sims in my own regular gameplay. But I don't play as often as I do build these days. But I heard that that's the natural progression of things. Like you start off building and then you start off playing and then you find yourself more interested in building. And but if you like my style, you know, I do have other just base game only builds on the gallery. So I think I have, well, no, that's just not base game. I have another one where I did try to do pink ladies. I did 3 pastel pink ladies. And yeah, and I've done like some New York style townhouses. So, you know, you can take your pick if you like it. But I notice a lot of people have been trying to build, you know, apartment complex ever since they announced what the new pack was. So, you know, I think it's cool. I mean, like I said, I'm interested in the gameplay. And, you know, I'm just making these very, very modular looking apartments. So yeah, I did the tab key just so I could see that all the windows were correct, because sometimes when you're putting windows down, you don't know if you're putting them on the right height. And it's kind of crazy. So now I'm trying to do some decoration. So I have this, I don't know, I just made like a platform just so I can do a copy and paste thing where I put these palm trees, and I just wanted to duplicate it. Because I was like, oh, I don't really want to do this a bunch of times, so I'm just going to put it on a platform so I can just copy the whole thing and just paste it over. You'll see, because I do it for like the back ones. So yeah. And then I judged it a little bit over to the side by moving it over, because I was like, yeah, it's not quite symmetrical. And I decided, hey, I'm just going to use the whole space. I'm a little annoyed that this lot isn't perfectly aligned with the sidewalk. So, you know, I guess on any other lot with this size, it would probably fit a little nicer. It's just that it's kind of like on a curved sweep on the end of a block. So it's a little bit off-kiltered from the center of a street. So I did this landscaping. It doesn't stay. I kind of changed it around because I wanted this shared common space in the backyard just to be a little bit bigger. But now I'm just putting on some pool lights so that everything is lit up right at night, because, you know, I feel like this space would look really nice at night because, you know, you're gonna have like the lighting and everything. And, you know, I try to do like testing with this light business going on, and I wanted like small subtle lights because I don't want to like make lights that are too big and obnoxious. So this is me doing a little bit of thinking and realizing, man, I should make this a little bit bigger. Why do I have this space that's not being used? So I end up filling it out. Basically the pink tiles it just encroaches more and more in this backyard space. So first I put like these umbrella things here and some like seating on the side. Technically your Sims can get through that. They can walk through one tile around the pool. And then I was like, what am I doing? I should give them more space than that. So this is when I decided to make this space a little bit more bigger. So it just gets a little bit bigger at a time. But I think this is the final change in the size of this backyard. So yeah, and then I was like, hey, I could put more tables here. That's great. So, you know, if your Sim wanders out there and barbecues, you know, somebody can come out there and just grab it because they're gonna put it on a table. Sims are notorious that way. They barbecue, they're gonna aim for a table to put that barbecue down on. So, you know, they're just making the trip a little shorter. If anything, what I kind of regret is I didn't put a trash can in the outside, but maybe it's a good thing because I did put a trash can, I think, on the inside lobby. So I was thinking about planters in the front of this hotel, rental, whatever, this apartment complex. And then I was like, I'm going to make my own. So this is a custom-made planter that I made because I just couldn't find anything that I liked in base game. And I just, like I said, made everything the same. It's basically this plain kind of ready to move into whitewashed modern apartment. And I just used like the cheapest appliances because I figure like, you know, whatever sim you want to move in here, they can work themselves up to nicer stuff. But I just wanted it to look stylish. I mean, I'm not really going for like super cheap because, you know, I don't really know what the cost is for like your sim, like when they pay for their lot cost. Like it usually depends on what they have on their lot. So like if you have a small lot but you're using like the most expensive bed, you know, then your lot costs more just because of the items on your lot. But if you have like the cheapest items, like your Sims will be less happy because their items will probably break a lot more. But, you know, their lot will be cheaper. Frankly, I don't really care if Sims have items that break down a lot in gameplay because I kind of like it when your Sims are really good at the handiness skill, because it's actually a pretty lucrative way for your Sims to earn simoleons if they make stuff on the workbench. So I consider it just as good as the painting skill, but you know, maybe even handier because it can make their lives a lot more comfortable, because then you can just upgrade everything in their house. So yeah, this is the minimalistic style that I furnish the apartment with. I just, you know, cover my bases, make sure they have like the major appliances, like a full kitchen, a computer, a TV, a radio, and some books, so they're fully entertained. I always put down like an easel or something because that's just an easy way for your Sims to make some cash. And this is the primary bedroom. I put this base game bed. Frankly, I think it's the nicest base game bed. And I used the modern dresser. I gotta say, that modern dresser doesn't always fit on all kinds of builds, especially since I make like more traditional Victorian builds. I never get a chance to use that dresser. And it's just a base game dresser. So these curtains, I actually raised them up a smidget higher just so that you could see the bottom of the window, because what's the point of having a window if you don't see it, if it's completely covered by a blind? And I just did a full bathroom, so it has the shower tub combo. In case your Sim has a pet or an infant or / toddler, they can bathe them in that tub. So this singular apartment that I furnished it, like I said, for a young family. So I assume like your Sims are starting out, so they probably have like a toddler or a baby. So I was like, yeah, sure, they have an infant. And I was like, I'll put a high chair, because I like, even like Sims that you don't play with, I feel like their infant is never going to eat unless there's a high chair. And I always feel kind of bad. I mean, like, they'll try and like get like a bottle or something from themselves, but yeah. I wish I had a nicer base game like mailbox, but yeah. So I'm just doing the last minute things. And that should be the end of my build. So, thank you very much for watching. Please leave me a comment, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.